while back that I'm gonna be bringing in my friend Doug's Jeep and LS swapping it. And the time has come for that. You can hear it idling in the background, but I need room to be able to do it. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip my Jeep sideways across the front of the shop, and then I can pull his in here, or I'm thinking about actually throwing his on the dollies and putting it in here sideways as well. That way I can run my hoist above the engine bay and swing the engine out of it or behind it and set it down in the back of a pickup. So that's what I'm working on right now. I'm just trying to get my Jeep moved to the back of the shop. I guess that's as good as I'm gonna get for an angle. And yeah, I'm gonna put you on time lapse for this. Well, that was less than fun, but I got it. Those Harbor Freight vehicle dollies don't roll for crap. Which, I mean, there's probably 4,500 pounds sitting on them. They're rated for 1,500 pounds a piece, but that doesn't mean they're gonna roll with that much weight. So anyways, using the floor jack under the rear diff of the yellow Jeep worked really well. Able to get it moved over. Yeah, so for the first part of this whole deal, my hoist track runs back here, so I'll be able to get behind the Jeep. Friday I'm going to get his engine and bring it in. I can pick it up and put it on an engine stand and shove it to the side. And I'm also this weekend gonna be pulling the 4-liter. There's nothing wrong with this 4-liter. He just wants to LS swap it. It runs good. This is actually out of like an 04 or an 05. Him and my dad and I, a few years ago, he bought this engine used because his original engine had low oil pressure, and we swapped it out in a day and put it back in. He hasn't had a lick of trouble since, so it is good. And the transmission's coming out. We're doing the 6L80 that's up there in the loft. I'm gonna order the adapter for that to his 231J tonight, and that's gonna be the first thing that I need really for this swap, is to get the 4-liter out, all the brackets cut off the frame, get everything cleaned up, and get that transmission out, get the adapter on the transfer case, get it bolted, all the whole drivetrain bolted together, and try and sling it in underneath there, and then figure out mounts from there. Doing some quick measuring. I don't think the T-case has to move, so we don't have to do drive shafts, which would be awesome. The 6-liter fit or 4-liter fits back into the firewall there quite a bit, but that transmission is actually longer than the one that's in it by like 2.5 to 3 inches, and so that'll bring the back of the engine out here further. Hopefully it doesn't hit the firewall. We'll just see. If I have to move it, I have to move it. I mean, the engine's got to fit, so, but we're really hoping that we can get away with that. That'd be great. So yeah, that project's gonna start off this weekend. And also, my friend lost the engine in his 4Runner, and we're gonna be LS swapping it too during this almost the same time frame. He's going to get his engine this weekend and bringing it down here, throwing it on my other engine stand so that we can start putting parts in it. I think we got to put a cam in it, and he's got a whole new fuel injection system that goes on it, but we'll probably wait for that. But there's some adapters and stuff because we're adapting it to his Toyota drivetrain. So that'll be another video series. I'll try and keep the two separate. My Jeep is going to be parked for a while until I have these two rigs out of here. This one's just going to have to sit, and it'll be fine. I'll get it done, but I need the money from doing these other ones to be able to afford to finish this one. So ain't no rest for the wicked. Anyways, I'm hoping that I can be good about videoing and making decent content out of these two swaps. Hopefully you guys will enjoy them. I'm actually looking forward to doing them. It's a Gen 3 5.3 going into the 4Runner, and it's a Gen 4 5.3 all aluminum block going into the Jeep here. So I've never done any Gen 4 stuff, and we'll just see how it goes. There'll be a lot of stuff from Novak on that one. I'm not going to tackle the wire harness and all that stuff when they do this every day. So anyways, hope you enjoy what I'm doing. Hopefully you enjoy this next projects coming up. I think they're going to be fun. And yeah, until then, get dirty. Alright, so I'm just working at getting everything that's connected to the engine disconnected. You know, wiring harness that comes out with the engine, I'm going to leave it intact. I'll separate that when it comes out because I do need a few circuits out of it. There goes my furnace again. Other things, like the evap canister, I'm going to get that out. That cruise control is going to go away. There's just a bunch of extra stuff in here that's going to come off the fenders. I am going to pull the fenders off, pull the grill off. I can't drain the radiator yet because it's still hot, so I'm kind of just working around the coolant situation and just trying to get everything else taken loose. So I will be doing that though, pull the grill, pull the fenders, pull the radiator, and I'm going to try and pull the whole drivetrain out of this thing in one shot. Engine, transmission, transfer case, get it all out, and I'll separate it out here on the floor rather than try and lower them out the bottom and pull the engine out the top. So I'm going to keep plugging away at this. I don't want to crack any AC lines. I'm just going to fold all that out of the way for now. Oh, now my son's awake. So yeah, I guess this project gets paused again. What's up, everyone? Welcome back. So it's a new day, and I went and got the engine that is going into this Jeep. This is a LC9 all aluminum 5.3 out of a 2010 Silverado, or a 2010 GMC Denali 1500. It was wrecked in the junkyard. I actually found this engine and wanted to use it, or wanted to buy it, but didn't have the funds at the time, and my buddy was looking for one, so he went and bought it. So it didn't go to waste, it didn't go to anyone else. So anyways, I'm gonna get it set up on the engine stand here just so I have it. He's gonna come over later. He's got the intake, he's got all the parts that go on this, the starter, everything. And I wanna get it fully dressed so that I can, once I get the 6 liter out, then I can set this 5.3 in. And this transmission's still up in the loft, so I'll be bolting those together. And once I get all the original drivetrain out, I have to look at the input of the T-case so I can order the correct adapter. There's 2 different ones, and I gotta be sure of which one I've got before I order it, because it's a $600 adapter, and don't wanna order the wrong one, have to worry about shipping it back and getting the right one and all that. So anyways, I about got this thing ready to come out. There's a few more connections. I drained the radiator last night so I can get the coolant hoses off. I'm gonna take the AC pump and everything loose down there. I'm not gonna break the lines on it. I'm gonna fold it up out of the way, and hopefully I don't have to take it clear off. And then I'm gonna get this whole front clip off before I pull the engine too. So I got most of the bolts out of that side. I have to get this side out, but I had to get a few things out of my way so I can get to the bolts down there. So anyways, just pecking away at it, trying to get it stripped down so I can start fitting all the new stuff in. Alright, so I had the dyno on there when I lifted that. This engine, the way it sits, is right around 475 pounds. I'm going to try and weigh everything as I do this and see what we end up with for a total weight. I'll weigh all the old stuff coming out, all the new stuff going in. I found online where I believe this engine block is like 100 pounds lighter than the 4-liter. But I think that transmission's heavier than that transmission. So we'll just see, but if nothing else, it's moving some weight from the front of the Jeep more centralized, so that'll actually help front end flotation in the snow. That's primarily what we do. We don't rock crawl or anything like that. There's nowhere to even go that's close to us. So yeah, we're primarily built for snow and just cruising. So, but we'll see how that all shakes out. I'm gonna take notes through this whole project because this is actually one of my really good friends, father-in-law. They're both my good friends, but and I actually have the other guy, my buddy Luke. I have his engine up there against the wall, and it might be a year or so before we get to doing his, but he has an LJ that we're gonna do it on. His LJ's he actually bought the tires before I did, the 43-inch Mickeys. He's got those on his. It's a pretty awesome Jeep. So we will be putting a 6.2 and a 6L80 in it, and should be a ripper. But for now, we're gonna learn on Doug's Jeep. Sorry, Doug. All right, we got her out. It actually came out pretty well. I only forgot one thing. Only stretched one thing, and that was the main battery ground wire to the firewall. I don't know how I missed that one. Caught the heater lines as we started to pick up. They never did get stretched, so that's good. This engine and transmission are for sale. If you're willing to travel to the north central Idaho area, he's just looking to get rid of it, doesn't want to store it. So make him an offer, or let me know and I can talk to him. I can get you in contact with him. Motor ran fine. He's been driving this engine for the last like 4 or 5 years, and no problems with it. He just wants a V8, so we're doing the V8. So if anybody's interested, get a hold of me, let me know. All right, I finally got the nuts off of that, and that really can't go anywhere. It might rock up some and might make a little bit more of a mess. Yeah, I just gotta get some connectors off here, and we'll lift this thing off. All right, come on. Nope. I really hate these locking. I get it, the locking caps, but they're annoying. Let's see, can I get that up off of there? What do I do with those? Need some pliers. Oh. This breather line, actually, I'd rather do that. Leave the breather line on the T-case. Keep dirt out, and you're gonna need a breather for it anyway when it goes back in, so do that. Hopefully this will fit through there. There we go. Cool. All right. So now, I don't like lifting anything, so I'm gonna make sure I lift at the knees. Not use my back. My arms are braced on my knees here, so I don't have to use my back at all. Cool. That's what we needed. Now I gotta see if I can remember how to count. Straight up, mark. We're gonna count that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 spline, that's what I figured it was. And they might both be 23 spline, but you have to look at this input shaft here on the T-case and figure out what you got there. So I'll get online and look at that and get the right one ordered. I'll have to tear this T-case completely apart and replace this input And then there's a new adapter ring that goes on here. Oh yeah, different transmission. Goes on the back of the new transmission and allows that to fit. So, right on. I think this is my stopping point for the day. I'm gonna pick up a few tools, clean up some stuff. In the morning, I'm gonna pull the harness off of that engine. That's one thing, if you do buy this engine from Doug, it will not have a wire harness with it because I have to strip a few circuits out of there for this Jeep to be able to maintain the factory gauges. So, will not have a harness, but it is a good running engine and good shifting transmission, nothing wrong with it. So anyways, thanks for watching, and yeah, next step is get this thing out of my shop and start cleaning up the frame rails and getting ready to sling the whole works in with the new engine, get it fitting in place, and start building motor mounts. Have to figure out a transmission mount. I'm gonna try and build something that works the same way the factory one did here. Might not be possible, don't know, I'll figure it out. So thanks for watching, I appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notifications. We'll see you next time. Till then, get dirty. Just for my own record, this engine transmission combo weighs 700 pounds without the T-case. That engine, the new engine, is 475 pounds. I'm not gonna separate these to find out. I'll just add the two together and we'll see what our weight is. But yeah, 475 on that engine, 700 pounds engine transmission. That transmission up there is probably around 250 pounds. I can't remember what they say they weigh. So I don't think we're gonna save any weight with this whole deal, but it does redistribute the weight, gets it off the nose and more into the center of the Jeep. So that'll be nice. So anyways,